The Minnesota Timberwolves are hanging on to the number one spot in the Western Conference, but they will face an energetic, well coached, talented team in the Orlando Magic. When you think about this matchup, what are some of the first thoughts that come to your mind?
Defense, defense, and more defense, right? That's what I think about when I consider this matchup between the Wolves and the Magic. I mean, think the Wolves are what ranked number one or top three in defensive rating for the league, and then the Magic is following at number five, I think, as we speak. So, if nothing else, this should be a great defensive matchup because at the end of the day, the Wolves have some nice pieces, and with the Magic being a little bit depleted because of injuries, Joe Ingles is out with an ankle. They still missing Wendell Carter. So it's those little things that they may be, struggling with. But I didn't see no struggle when they was up against the Nuggets recently. So Magic is going to be holding on tight, and I think their defense is going to really help elevate them. So I say defense, defense, and more defense.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it is their first matchup of the season. I mean, and both teams, I think, have exceeded my expectations so far this season. Did you see the Orlando Magic this high up in the standings? I knew
Not
they were talented, but I
no,
didn't see
no,
this.
no, no. I gave them low play-in tournament positioning at best, but like almost top six.
Yeah, and the
What?
Wolves, though, I mean, holding on to number one this late in the season, I mean, this is pretty impressive, but this isn't the old Magic's team. I mean, this is a team that recently defeated the NBA champion, right? The Denver Nuggets. I mean, what are we talking about? When healthy, I think the Orlando Magic are one of the deepest teams in the NBA. I mean, 1 through 10, easy. Anybody
Easy.
can get it. Yep.
Yeah, you know what I really, really like about the Orlando Magic? That bench work that they got. That Jalen Suggs, Cole Anthony,
Oh,
something
yeah.
about the energy that they bring to the game is almost unmatched. Something about it. It's that hunger I think that the Orlando Magic have because they're so happy to be there. We so happy to be here, and we're going to prove it to the world that y'all need to be watching us too. And I think I like that element of their game because they come to show up. And Paolo Banchero, I was a little doubtful when he first came into the league. I said, is he
Uh-huh.
really all that? Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's looking real nice this season. Again, he's still, I mean, what, 1 year removed from being a rookie. So he's still got some time to grow. But what he is displaying right now is the leadership that I like to see and the development that I think is important when we're talking about rookies or new to the league. And so I just like what he's been able to produce and how the team, I like the chemistry of the Orlando Magic as well. They got great chemistry, the Wagner brothers. I just think that they seem to kind of really root for one another. And when you know that you should be at the bottom, well, I don't know if they know they should be at the bottom. When everybody believes you, to come into the season at the bottom and you are superseding what expectations were, and now you're showing the league and the fans that no, we got something special. It's good to watch and how they get rally together and get it done. That win against the Denver Nuggets, I said, ooh, ooh,
Yeah, on notice. Hmm.
I'm on notice. I see you. I see you. I see you.
Yeah. Now, speaking of the Wagner brothers, I know Franz is dealing with an
Hmm.
ankle. He may or may not be back. But the good thing for the Magic is Wendell Carter Jr. and Markel Fultz, they show game time decisions. So maybe they'll be back in the lineup. But even with that, there will be a period of acclimation, right? Getting their mojo
Yeah,
back and getting
yeah,
back into
yeah.
rhythm and all that. So I don't think they'll be that big of a piece starting now. But as the season goes
I'm
on and
telling
they
you.
become fully healthy,
Yep.
because the Magic have already held on to a pretty good record without
Right.
them, right? Fultz
Yes,
only played
exactly.
5 games all season. So
Exactly.
once he gets
Exactly.
back, oh my goodness. And Wendell Carter Jr., yeah, big piece in the middle. They're going to
Big.
be fantastic.
Right, which is really great when we're talking about going up against a team like the Timberwolves, right? Because then you do need length and height. I mean, because you got Cat and Rudy Gobert that are a force to be reckoned with. And if Cat is remotely on, if he's remotely on, and he would want to be for this matchup with the Orlando Magic, it's going to be something to watch how Rudy Gobert is able to manage the paint. I with all this youth and athleticism and all this strength, right?
You're
Because
talking about paint protection. I mean, I can't help but think about Nas Reed coming off the bench. I mean, I am going to continue to champion Nas Reed coming off the bench, which is a huge luxury for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Talking about a guy who gets you 12 points, 4 rebounds, can get really hot from three. And then Cole Anthony, as you mentioned, I just really like him. Like, is he on the same level as like a Jose Alvarado, a Pat Beverly, defensive players like that? Cole Anthony has a pretty good offensive game too, but it's like, I mean, where would you put him? Right now, he's their third leading scorer, averaging 14 points and 4 rebounds for the Orlando Magic off the bench.
if that's where he's landing right now, that's great company, right? And that's
Mhm.
what teams need, someone that has that hustle, that has that dog. Let's just be honest,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Because when
yeah.
you think about Jose Alvarado with the Pelicans, the way he was stripping LeBron James,
Oh, so
right?
funny.
And you think about Pat Bev, how he'll get all up in your grill, regardless of what team he's on, right? I think that's what you need. You need that. And so if Cole Anthony is that for the Orlando Magic, good for him. But I do,
Yeah.
something about him off the bench is nice. His energy, he comes in ready. I do like Cole Anthony, but my favorite right now, to be honest, on the Orlando Magic is Suggs. He
Uh-huh.
is, man, let me tell you, that guy. Oh, wow. Wow. And so I really like the pieces that the Orlando Magic have. And when we're talking about the matchup, this is about matchups, right? So when we're talking about the matchup against the Wolves, I think that they will be able to give the Wolves a run for their money, right? So the Wolves looking real good right now. As you mentioned, top of the West, been holding on to that for a while. And I believe, or OKC maybe 1.5 games or 2 games behind them.
Mm,
So they got a nice little cushion, just a nice cushion. But it ain't soft enough that you can't get your number one spot taken, right? So I think that the Orlando Magic have an opportunity to, showcase and see if they can, if they already beat the defending champions, why can't they beat the number one team in the West? At this point, why can't they? So I don't
yeah,
know.
exactly. Now, on the previous episode, we had talked about the Timberwolves, just what we predicted them beating the New Orleans Pelicans. And boy, were we surprised. They dropped that one against the Pelicans, which completely threw me off because as the number one team in the West, like you shouldn't struggle with the New Orleans Pelicans when Zion Williamson, yeah, he's healthy, but I think he's injured now. And then you have a team that's not playing on the Wolves' level. That was a problem to me. So as I look forward to this game against the Orlando Magic, will the Wolves be focused enough? Because they can't lose this game. You can't lose this game. I think being a young team, sometimes the Wolves and the Magic as well, sometimes they do not come ready to play as a young team now. That just comes with the territory. But as they get moving throughout their careers, I don't think that will be an issue because they should not have lost that game against the New Orleans Pelicans.
Yeah, they can't step into the Wolves cannot step into the game with the Orlando Magic thinking it's about to be a cakewalk. It's
No.
not. It really
Mm-mm.
is not. It really is not. And with the Orlando Magic honing on defense and their offense is pretty good, you just got to be ready. And I think that the Wolves can match up. Now, I am looking forward to seeing the matchup with Paolo and um, Anthony Edwards and, that whole dynamic. Now, I don't know if they'll be guarding one another, of course, because they're, different positions. But with this positionless basketball, you never know who's going to be guarding whom, right? But I
Yeah.
do like the fact that they both have an opportunity to really put on a show for us, fan base, as they compete really to lead their team to victory, to lead them, right? Because I'm going to be looking for Anthony Edwards to show out. I mean, he's been doing this so far. Why would he stop now? And Paulo, once he gets ready and when he get comfortable, it's on. So yeah, I just
Yeah.
can't wait to see what that matchup looks like. So two things that I'm looking forward to: what does that matchup look like, and who will be victorious? Who's going to be able to lead their team, Paulo or Anthony Edwards, to a victory with this matchup? And how will Rudy Gobert manage the paint? I just want to know what it looks like when we're talking about strong bodies as Mo Wagner, if he's in the starting lineup, right? Will Goga be back? I don't know. And if he is, then can he handle that? And I say that because they're young and they're athletic, right? And sometimes they can step away because once Rudy Gobert takes a toe out of the paint, he looks lost. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
although he does his part, he can get his double, and I'm not mad at that. Do you know his lane? He does it. But yeah, I can't wait to see
Yeah.
what that looks like. What are the two things you're looking forward to with this matchup?
I'm looking to see the two number one picks go at it. Even though they were drafted in different years, it's still this competition. Like, no, I'm the number one pick. No, I'm the number one pick. Like, and I'm gonna show you how. So it is. I'm looking forward to that. And then I really, really hope Wendell Carter Jr. and Markelle Fultz are able to come back into this game and make an impact, because I want to see what the Orlando Magic look like whole, because they
Ah,
have been, yeah, they've been injured a
yeah,
lot this
yeah,
season.
yeah. Okay, I can't wait. Yes,
Yeah. So looking at this game tonight, who do you think wins?
I'm gonna go with the Wolves, but I'm gonna go with the Wolves because of the veteran presence that's on the team. That's why. However, Orlando Magic is close. I don't know, but I'm gonna go with the Wolves. I'm holding for the Wolves. Who you got?
Yeah, I have the Wolves as well, due to the Magic's injury report. With or without Wendell and Markelle, there's still going to be a period where they have to get ready to play at a high
Mhm.
level. And the Wolves dropped a game they should have won against the Pelicans. So they're going to be looking to take that out on somebody. And it just so happens to be the Orlando Magic.
Okay. Yeah, I think so.
Uh-huh. So let's look at the Wolves' next 5 games. I see them on the road for the Boston Celtics. And then they come home for the Portland Trail Blazers and the LA Clippers. And then they go to the Detroit Pistons and they come back home for the Memphis Grizzlies. How do you think they'll do?
I give them 3-2. I give them 3-2. I have them losing against the Celtics and losing against the Clippers. Yeah, I think the
Oh,
Clippers are gonna
okay.
do something. Yes. Because Clippers, what are they number 3, 4 in the standing right
Yeah.
now? Is Kawhi
Okay.
playing? And I don't know, but if Paul George is doing what he's doing, and then you got James Harden feeling really regular season.
Mm,
James Harden is in effect.
regular
I,
season. Yeah.
re- the important phrase, regular season James Harden is in effect. I said that for a reason, but I think
Okay.
that it's something to consider. So I think that they'll take an L with the Clippers and the Celtics with win with
Okay. All
them.
right. So I have them losing against the Boston Celtics,
Hmm.
but I have them going on a 4-game winning streak after that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they can beat the Clippers. It's their first matchup of this season,
Hmm.
because the Clippers play the Grizzlies just 2 nights prior. So they're going to have tired legs, right? And the Wolves are young, energetic, and athletic and talented. So I think I'll go with them. So 4-1 on this next 5 stretch for them.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.